Good evening, everybody. I felt rather creative today and I made 3 short videos for my audience, and I hope you're enjoying them. Uh, I am a new YouTuber, so I'm still in the process of learning and uploading, and I'm sure that I will widen my horizon with time with the things I bring in, hoping that you'll enjoy it and go along with me in whatever my journey is. I have decided that Saturday nights I'm going to make it. How do I explain it? For those who like otherworldly stories, I will give this Saturday night for them. And it'll be a short story. For those who don't want to hear it, it's fine. You know by the title. And for those who want to step in and join my little world of hauntings and things that I have experienced, you're most welcoming. So today I will start with my very first experience, which was years and years ago. It might have been when I was 13 or 14 years old. And I had gone for a holiday to Bagdogra side, and we were staying in a place called Sukna. Okay? Now, Sukna is an army camp, and it was pretty wild. Elephants used to come. The way it was developed was there was a few houses, and then there was a long stretch, and then another few houses, and it went on like that till we got to the army mess or to the recreational areas. But on the opposite side, it was totally the jungle. The street lights along that jungle, there was a road that ran leading to every sector, and we'd sometimes see a jeep going past. But after sunset, it was more like dead. Everybody would call it a day by 8:30. So that evening, I had taken my dog with me because he was very old and we couldn't leave him behind. So I had taken him along, me and my mother, and the houses were such that those who stayed on top got the terrace, and those who stayed below got the garden. But the garden that these people had below, they didn't look after it. That's why I was going to say it looked like a jungle. The grass was almost till the knee, you know, and of course there are snakes and things like that everywhere. But it had a barrier, and there was a road on the outside. So we had some guests over, and we had a pretty early dinner, and they called it a day by 8:15, 8:20. So my mother said, let's quickly take the dog down for a walk, and the usual, and bring him up. And it was quite cold. It was winter. Being that young, I just strapped him up. I wore my shoes, and I was down long before my mother came down. She was still putting the shawl around her, wearing her shoes. And I came along the edge of my building, near the garden, where there's a barrier, but inside it's just grass. You see nothing but grass. And beyond a point, it's dark. In the distance, you could see the lights of Kalimpong, and you could see cars coming down the hill, but it was absolute silence. And I was just standing there with my dog on a safe part where people walk and things like that. He was sniffing around. He was very old. He was sniffing around. And my eyes was like just staring into nothing. And suddenly I noticed that in that nothing, what was dark, there was something even darker that was tall, and it was kind of wearing a coat. And I'm looking at it and thinking that why is this man walking through the garden when there's a road over here? Because at that time, you see, I didn't believe in all this. I didn't have much experience or knowledge about all this. But there was this figure there, and it was kind of floating. It was, I don't think it was touching the ground. I'm telling you that all this happened for a few seconds, but to me it seems like eternity. And I'm saying, okay, let me see where he's going, how he's going to cross the barrier, how he's going to go till the, who is he? Let me see when he goes ahead, I'll see the lights. Through the lights, I'll be able to see him. And there was nothing. He was just floating there. And suddenly it hit me. Suddenly something hit me and told me, just go back up. Don't stand here. Something darker than the darkness around me, with a figure and a shape of a man. Remember, it's an army place. It was a war zone area also. And I just picked my dog up and I turned and I came away. And my mother was on the last step down and she said, you finished so fast? I said, yes. I didn't tell her anything. Because I didn't believe what I saw with my eyes. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know of the existence of anything otherworldly, as they say. And I really can't, I don't expect anyone to believe it or not believe it. It's up to y'all. But it's what I saw. And after that, I never told my parents. But I did tell the lady who was working for my sister, and she heard it and she said, don't go down alone. I'll come with you next time. I'd understand if I had a fear for it, and you imagine things. But here was a figure, tall, wearing a coat, floating right in the middle of the garden, which no one touches. Well, that ring behind me ends the story for today. Saturday night will be a horror story night, or even anything spiritual that I've experienced. And I hope those who like it will join me for it. Good night.